If your houseplants are stretching toward the window and dropping leaves, it's usually not a watering problem. It's a light problem. A grow light kit fixes that without turning your living room into a hydroponics lab. I went through 7 of the most purchased grow light kits on Amazon, from a single desk clip to an 8-strip greenhouse setup, and ranked them worst to best based on what's actually in the box and how well it holds up. Number 7. The Litever Grow Light Strip Kit, 36 watts with timer. This is a 4-strip kit, each strip 16 inches long, that comes with extension cables and a genuine mounting accessory set, self-adhesive pads, cable ties, and screws, plus a Class 2 certified 60-watt power adapter. The strips run on aluminum bodies for heat dissipation, and the control box handles both timing and dimming through simple plus and minus buttons. What holds it back a little is the light quality itself. Litever markets this as a sun-white light specifically because it skips the strong purple-tinted red-blue spectrum some cheaper strips use, which is easier on your eyes in a living space but means it's tuned more for general houseplant health than for pushing flowering or fruiting. If you want a light that blends into your kitchen or living room, that's a feature. If you're trying to maximize bloom output, it's a limitation. Verdict: this is a genuinely flexible kit. You can run the 4 strips in a line or double them up in parallel rows, and the mounting hardware means you're not improvising with tape from a drawer. Number 6. The Wiaxulay 6-bar 16-inch Grow Light Strip Kit. 6 bars, 360 LEDs total at 60 LEDs per bar, powered by a 12-volt, 3-amp UL certified adapter. It gives you 5 dimmable levels from 20 to 100% and 3 switch modes, so you can run bars in groups instead of all 6 at once, which matters if you're lighting different-sized pots on the same shelf. The 6-12 16-hour timer options are a step up from the more common 6-12-18 split you'll see on competitors, giving slightly more flexibility for plants that want longer light exposure in winter. The honest limitation here is brand depth. Wiaxulay is a newer name in this space compared to something like Barrina or VIVOSUN, and while the UL certified adapter is a good sign, there's less of a track record to point to. For 6 bars of coverage with genuine mode flexibility though, this earns its spot in the upper half of the list, and it's priced closer to the budget end of the mid-range bracket for what you get. Number 5. 16-inch, 6-bar Grow Light Strip Kit, the bigger sibling of number 8 on this list. Same 6-12-18-hour timer, same 5 dimmable levels, same 95-inch cord, but tripled coverage with 6 bars instead of 2. That's enough to comfortably light a full shelf tier of small to medium plants without the dim edge problem the 2-bar version has. SDOVUERC states they've specialized in indoor plant lighting for over 20 years. That's a claim from their own brand page, not something I could independently verify, so take it as their marketing rather than settled fact. What actually matters here is straightforward. 6 bars for real shelf coverage, at a fair mid-range price point, with the same certified safety testing as the smaller kit. The catch is that this is still a strip light system, meant for open shelving or greenhouse racks. It's not going to work as a single-centered light over one big pot the way a panel light would. If your setup is shelf-based, though, this is one of the more balanced options on the list. Number 4. The Barrina T5 Grow Lights, 1 foot, 5000K, 4-pack. This is where kit completeness starts to show. In the box. 4 T5 grow lights, 2 power cords with built-in on-off switches, 3 39.37-inch connecting cords, 4 small connectors, 8 installation clips, 12 double-sided tapes, and 12 cable ties. That's genuinely everything you need to mount and link these lights without a separate hardware run. Barrina's a well-established name in T5 grow lighting, and the 5000K full-spectrum output is a safe, general-purpose choice for vegetables, seedlings, and most houseplants. The catch is that this is a 1-foot strip pack, great for narrow shelves or small grow racks, but if your space is wider than about 4 feet total once you link them, you'll be buying a second pack. It's also worth knowing Barrina sells nearly identical-looking listings in black cover magnetic mount and white cover clip mount versions, so if you're matching an existing setup, check the cover color and mounting style before you order. Verdict: excellent hardware completeness and a trustworthy brand, docked slightly for footprint limits on bigger spaces. We're getting into the final stretch now, and the last 2 kits on this list are built less for a windowsill and more for someone who's serious about growing. Bigger wattage, smarter controllers, and coverage that scales. Number 3. The VIVOSUN T5 Grow Lights, 48 watts, 1 foot, 8-pack, linkable. 8 strips at 6 watts each, 5000K full spectrum, SGS compatible for anyone building toward a smart controlled setup later, and fully linkable so you can chain them into one continuous run instead of managing 8 separate power draws. This is meaningfully more light output than anything ranked below it, and VIVOSUN's build quality has a solid reputation in the T5 space specifically. The honest catch? This particular 8-pack doesn't include a built-in timer and dimming controller the way VIVOSUN's higher-end T5 kits do. You're getting raw linkable light strips, not a fully automated system, so if hands-off scheduling matters to you, you'll want to budget for a separate timer or step up to the next VIVOSUN tier. For sheer coverage per dollar in this list though, 8 strips of 48 watts total is hard to beat, and it's aimed squarely at serious seedling and greenhouse setups rather than a single desk plant. Number 2. The VIVOSUN T5 Grow Lights, 60 watts, 2-foot, 4-pack, with built-in timer and dimming controller. 4 strips at 15 watts each, 5000K, rated at 130 lumens per watt efficiency, with a controller that offers 8, 12, and 18-hour timer settings and 4 brightness levels, and if your power goes out, it automatically restores your previous brightness setting while resetting the timer, so you're not stuck relighting your whole setup after an outage. It supports 3 installation methods: cable ties, screws, or double-sided tape, and daisy chains with 2 separate connection options. This is a genuinely complete automated kit. Bigger strips, real wattage, and a controller doing the scheduling work for you, instead of a basic on-off timer. The catch is that 4 strips at 2 feet each cover a specific mid-size footprint, a couple of shelf tiers or 1 small grow rack. So if you need to cover a full wall of shelving, you're looking at either this kit's bigger sibling or multiple units. For most home growers running a serious seedling or vegetable starting operation though, this hits the sweet spot of automation and output. And number 1, the VIVOSUN T5 Grow Lights. 120 watts, 2-foot, 8-pack, with timer and dimming controller. This is the same 130 lumens per watt efficiency, and the same smart controller as the number 2 pick, scaled up to 8 strips instead of 4, for genuine full shelf or multi-tier coverage. Full spectrum at 5000K, daisy chain design so you're not tangled in separate power cords for each strip, and an aluminum shade construction that redirects light back down onto your plants instead of losing it to the room. It earns the top spot because it's the only kit on this list that combines real automation, timer plus dimming in one controller, with output high enough to actually run a serious multi-shelf setup, not just supplement one struggling plant by a window. The honest catch, this is the biggest, most expensive kit here, and if you've only got one small shelf or a couple of pots, you're paying for coverage you won't use. It's built for someone scaling up a real indoor growing operation, not someone testing the waters with a single fern. If that's you though, this is the most complete kit in the lineup. So here's how I'd actually sort these by what you're doing. If you've got one plant on a desk, the gooing top clip light is genuinely enough. Don't overspend. If you're starting seeds specifically, the Litever stand kit is built for exactly that job. If you're lighting a single small shelf, look at the SDOVUERC 2-bar or the Litever kit. If you want a full shelf covered with real mounting hardware included, the Barrina 4-pack is the most complete mid-range option. And if you're serious about scaling a real growing setup with automated scheduling, the VIVOSUN 120-watt 8-pack at number 1 is the one to buy once instead of upgrading twice. All 7 links are in the description below, along with variant warnings on anything that could be easy to mix up. If this saved you some scrolling, subscribe for more no-nonsense product breakdowns. I do the research, so you don't have to dig through 50 near-identical Amazon listings yourself.